Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. I am Phil Brilliant, substituting for Jeremy this morning on Thursday, October 6th, 2016 at 6:09 in the morning. It is beautiful outside right now. It's about 50 degrees. It is clear. High of 69 today. Clear, sunny. It is a great opportunity to get out, get up, and do something. And there is no better way to start your morning than with a great breakfast. And so my first guest here, Joe I butchered it already. Look at that. Palmisano.
You had it before.
I had it before.
Off air.
I'm looking at him. I'm looking at this, and I butchered it.
The pressure.
Palmisano of Four Seasons Diner in East Dover Catering. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. How are you?
Good this morning. Always, again, and I'll be perfectly honest, until like 3 or 4 years ago, I was never a breakfast person. But as I sit here looking at your website with the home with a big stack, 60 ounces of pancakes, madness. That's a lot of pancake.
Yeah. I think I only had one person finish it.
One person?
We sat there for about 2 hours.
Jeremy, if you are listening, you've been challenged. 60 ounces of pancakes is in your future. We will be there one morning. That's a lot of pancakes. But great to have you in here. I know we were just talking off the air about a little bit of your story of how you ended up down here in Toms River. So why don't you tell everybody about yourself?
Well, Joe Palmisano. I'm originally from Bayonne. I had a catering business up there. And, I came down here. I saw an opportunity on a corner of Bay and Fisher at 829 Fisher Boulevard. It was a former Wawa who I bought it from and built a diner. And from day one, it's just been, thank God, a success. And, we take care of the people, and it really works.
Yeah, it's a great location. Mm-hmm. I remember when it changed over from the Wawa to your diner. I mean, location-wise, there's really not a lot open in the morning down there. So just for breakfast itself, it's got to be a home run.
Yeah, for breakfast. I mean, like I said, we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day long. So, but we start at 7. It's a reasonable time, and we get them in. They slowly pour in, and then it just succeeds the day. It's a great place.
Yeah, it really is. And I've actually spent a lot of time in there early in the morning. It's a great place to meet people, sit down, cup of coffee, breakfast. I have not had 60 ounces of pancakes yet, but maybe after I wear my bra on Friday night, that may be my winning morning on Saturday morning. But it's people are always looking for a good place to go grab a bite to eat, and I think the fact that you do serve 3 meals a day. And that people have that opportunity to go out there and do it. But you also, like, everything you do is a little unique. I mean, the red velvet pancake.
Yeah, we came up with them. Actually, we were on Good Day New York, and that was fun. And we just, come up with different layouts and different schemes of pancakes. And, like we have the Cinnabon, which is like eating a Cinnabon in a mall and as pancakes. And, it took me about 3 months to come up with the icing and the cream and the ingredients, but they work and people enjoy them. We do pumpkin pancakes with a pumpkin glaze on top. So we take the original product and we turn it into a little more.
Now, as a small business owner, diner, local diner, I mean, getting your name out there. How do you end up on Fox Good Day New York?
There was an online contest, and we won. And I guess the company that was putting together the plans of that, got us on. Called me one morning and said, "Listen, do you want to go on Good Day New York?" And I couldn't pass it up. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, and then it was during a snowstorm, and it just worked. It was like unbelievable. The response, being on there during a snowstorm, so the schools were closed. Everybody was watching it.
Right.
I think I went through all my minutes on my phone that month because it was just insane.
Yeah, and you had said to me before, people started coming from Connecticut for your pancakes?
We were getting phone calls from Connecticut, Pennsylvania, because they saw it on Good Day New York. And,
right.
I guess it's such a broad range of area, and they just and it was insane for months.
Yeah, and with this day and age, when I opened up your website, it was the first thing I got to click on.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely it carries on, even though it was a few years ago. And so you're in Bayonne. You come down to Tom's River, a little different community.
Yeah, a lot of different community. It was just, I grew up there, so I knew everybody. When I came down here, I really didn't know anybody. I was building a business, on raw land basically, and but the community's great. The town hall's unbelievable. They were so helpful. I had a local contractor, John DeGeorge. He helped me out. I mean, it was unbelievable, and the response is unbelievable. So from the town and from the township, it worked. And
we do have a few diners in town. And I always say, feed them and they will come, and people will definitely come. But, there is, I'll tell you, whenever we talk about diners, the first thing everybody always says is Four Seasons Diner.
Yeah. You try and build a brand in today's society. You have to just build a brand and get your name out there and give people good product and a lot. And, you build it, they will come. And
so on a given day, how many hours are you in the kitchen?
I try and stay out of the kitchen as much as I can, but there's times I'm
creating
recipes, and I'm creating different menu items, and I got a good core crew that most have been with me since day one. So
yeah. So speaking about day one, we were talking a little bit offline also. So you're there on the corner there of Fisher and Bay. End of October 2012 rolls around. Hurricane Sandy is upon us. And you had this, unique notion that this generator sitting in the back of their property. Let me hook it up and be ready to go.
Yeah, I had a generator that ran for 17 days during Sandy. Which the day of Sandy, I wasn't even going to open, and OEM called and on my cell and said, "Are you opening?" And I actually was going to open just for them because they were using my parking lot as a ground zero, so to speak. And I just opened the doors, and it was just floodgates opened, and and realizing nobody had power around, and everybody, people were coming in soaking wet that walked from down Shelter Cove and charged their phones, and it was actually like a turning point in that I realized I'm a staple, and I need to help these people. And it was unbelievable. Just about 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, I got an email from people that moved out after Sandy just thanking me again for, I think they charged their cell phone, and I gave them free coffee. And, they just never got around to thanking me.
Yeah, and again, Hurricane Sandy changed a lot of people's lives, and I think the one thing it really did a lot, too, was showed community and how we were all there for each other. And I know, having not had power for 16 days, I was constantly looking for places to go to charge my cell phone and grab a bite to eat. When we come back after the break, I want to talk a little bit more we'll talk about some lunch and dinner, okay, and also talk about some catering.
Absolutely.
Back in a moment.
The Sean Hannity Show, this afternoon at 3. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin returns next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. I am Phil Brilliant, substituting for Jeremy this morning, and we're continuing our conversation with Joe Palmisano of Four Seasons Diner, as well as East Coast Catering. And I'm just going to keep saying his name because I want to make sure I say it right all morning. But when we went to break, we're talking about that it's not just a diner, that you do some catering too.
Correct. We do a lot of off-premise catering. We also have a banquet hall down at Eastover, the Firehouse, which took over about 3.5 years ago, and seats 200. And we do a ton of parties. I had a wedding last weekend, a wedding the weekend before. We do, house parties and off-premise catering.
Yeah, so a little bit of everything. Now, just a crazy question. So when you do the catering aspect, can people order off your regular menu, or do you have like a special catering menu?
I have a catering menu also. It's online at fourseasonsdiner.com. You can pull it up there. You can pick up by the tray, or, we'll do a price per head and deliver to your house, set up servers.
Can you come in and make red velvet pancakes for me on a Sunday morning?
How about you come in and make them? We'll throw you right on the grill.
Throw you right on the grill. There we go. That's it. I love to cook, so I definitely love to eat because that's definitely. But now, so your flow of customers, I'm assuming I always love diners because they have the regulars. There's not, I mean, I guess there are still some bars around that have the regulars that you see at the end of the bar. But when I've got in there on some mornings, to have some meetings and sit down in a booth, have coffee and breakfast, there are some people I see at 7:15 who roll in, who are the same people I saw the week before who roll in.
Yeah, we get. I mean, I have 3 or 4 people that they're probably in my place 5, maybe 4 or 5 nights a week, 4 or 5 days a week, and it's just they love it. I make it easy for them, and it's a great. My staff, they communicate well. They sit down with the people. It's just a great meeting spot. It's a great.
As an empty nester, I'm always debating between the cost of food shopping versus let's just go out for dinner every night. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? If you do local diners and you do places, you really economically it works.
Yeah, and most of the time you get to take stuff home because
the portions are too big.
Correct. So it's
definitely
always have extra.
Yeah, definitely too big. Now, your flow of traffic during the day, even? Or are you more of a like full for breakfast? I mean, let's forget about the weekends because I guarantee you cannot compare to Sunday morning or Saturday morning.
Yeah, no, it's everybody asks me that question. You're busy in breakfast. You're busy in lunch. If from a numbers standpoint and a per seat standpoint, we're pretty equal all for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a great flow.
So as I flip through all the pages here of your menu, which there's many pages. Of course, I just got to the matzo ball soup, so I'm very happy there. What's your favorite thing off the menu?
I mean, I have a brick oven pizza that we do in there. I probably eat one every 2 days. It's an item that you probably wouldn't order at a diner, but being Italian and being from North Jersey, I guess we sell a ton of them. And people come in and they say, "What would you get?" I said, "Let me just make you a pizza. If you don't like it, you don't pay for it." And they eat it, and I can tell you they've been back probably 10, 15, 20 times more to have it. It's an item, it's an item that you wouldn't expect.
I will tell you, I don't think I've ever had pizza at a diner.
Me neither.
Yeah,
that's why I did it.
That's great. And so, I mean, and when I look at your menu, you're not a standard diner.
No, my slogan is the only thing diner about us is our name, and it holds true. I mean, I have Italian dishes on there. I have steaks, drops, meat. And we do nightly and daily specials. We do lunch specials every day, except the weekends, and then we do dinner specials every night. And the people adhere to it.
So of course,
a lot.
the donut right now that I had like 10 minutes ago is definitely not enough. I'm starting to get hungrier and hungrier. I think I know where dinner is going to be tonight after I play golf all day today. But again, Four Seasons Diner. When we come back after the news, want to talk a little bit more about your specialties and how you really bring people into your diner, make sure people get to know you. And then we're going to give you the Jeremy Grunin magic wand and ask you what you would do with it to change your sector, to change your community, and to help people in your community. We'll be back in a moment.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. It is Thursday, October 6th at 6:35 in the morning. I am Phil Brilliant, substituting for Jeremy Grunin. It is a beautiful morning, 50 degrees, a high of 69 today, clear, sunny, and we have been talking all morning about food, so there is no way that I'm not going to be eating a lot today, and hopefully I will end my day at the Four Seasons Diner with Joe Palmisano. Look at that. Palmisano. I got one more time to say it before the show is over. I'm going to make sure I say Palmisano. And it's not like it's not written right in front of me. I don't read it all the time, but I apologize.
No
I'd like to tell you you're the first name I butchered on this show, but it's not true. I've butchered a few of them. So went to break. We're talking about what's on your menu, talking about food. Hopefully everybody's mouths are watering, and they are driving over right now to 823 Fisher Boulevard on the corner of Fisher Boulevard and Bay Avenue. We talked a little bit before, so this was the old Wawa. Correct. And, when you came there, when you relocated from Bayonne and you came down here, was this really the vision you saw?
When I saw this property with a for sale sign on it, it started off as just being a pancake house, and I said I own a property. I'm going to buy the property. I got to own it. Let's open something that we could do all day long, and utilize the hours. And we did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Had to call it a diner because that's basically what you do,
right?
And we added a flair to it, and it is like I said, it took off. It's a great spot.
Yeah, we got to get you on. What's the name of that show? Diners, Drive-ins. Yeah, we got to get you on there.
That'd be nice. That'd be a nice plug.
I mean, you're moving up the ladder. You did the Fox, Good Day, and now you're doing the Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. So you're moving up the ladder.
I don't know if there's anything more than this.
Yeah,
it would be tough.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be tough to top this one. But I'm sure anybody can try. But you also have a website, which is fourseasonsdiner.com.
Correct.
And my favorite part about your website is not only, do you have a menu, but you have a picture of food.
Yeah, everything's basically on there. We have our catering menu. You can order off that menu. You want us to design something for you. If you're having a house party, you want us to cater it, by all means, we do it all day long. We send servers. We'll send, set up, clean up, the whole 9 yards. And
you also, you do takeout?
We do takeout. When our hours are open, we do takeout. So you call ahead, pick it up. Trying to work on having all this new technology and this new app. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon.
Wait, Four Seasons Diner app?
Yeah, well, you can. It was just brought to my attention, and people will order online, basically pay online, and it'll integrate with my computer system.
Oh wow!
So it's basically I don't need somebody answering a phone and saying, "Well, I said this," or so on and so forth. So that's in the process. I'm looking into that now, which would be a great help.
That would be great. So I have to ask, and I always hate asking questions I don't know the answer to, and I didn't prep you for this one. We'll talk about the magic wand in a minute. But Four Seasons Diner, was there any how the name come to be?
I think we were on Chirac, and we were driving up, and we saw Four Seasons, and we said, well, I'm going to be open all 4 seasons, and it just stuck, and and we are. It's a year-round business. It's a long hour business, and the name just came out there.
It's a great name. And again, I will tell you, everybody I talk to, whenever we talk about going places or grabbing a quick bite, Four Seasons. It just comes right off the tongue. Four Seasons. We're going to Four Seasons. So this is the time. I know you're sweating here. You're a little nervous about it, but we always give our guests the wake up in the morning with Jeremy Grunin magic wand. We sprinkle the fairy dust around the studio, and this is the time, the opportunity that you have unlimited resources. Money is no object. You can do whatever in the world, whatever your heart's desires in your sector, for families, for a community, for organizations, and it's all in your hands.
There's not much I would change, honestly, with this township and with the community. But listen, with money being no object and having you guys on my side, I think I would give back to the schools. I would give, maybe do something with the lunch programs and help with that. OEM and the police department, I've always been great with any situations I've ever had. I would totally do something with them.
Right.
And just the people that can't afford to come eat on a daily basis at Four Seasons Diner or at another location, and just give them the opportunity to enjoy life, so to speak, and come out and eat. And
it's actually, you just reminded me, actually, I remember one of my last times in the diner, and I'm not quite sure if it was you or maybe somebody in your staff. There was a gentleman hanging out in the front who definitely seemed like he needed some help, and somebody walked outside, gave him a cup of coffee, and I think it was a pastry or a bagel, and the guy looked at them and said, just have a good morning.
Yeah, we do it all the time. Listen, I'm fortunate enough. It's to be able to do it, and I don't mind doing it.
Right.
I mean, like Thanksgiving, we do turkey dinners and stuff like that, and I do a couple extra. And there's families that people bring to my attention with Father Jack over at St. Justin's, and I give them some food, and I'm fortunate enough to do it.
Right, and people forget there are a lot of people in our community who cannot afford that meal and need that extra help. And I think there are people like you who help them every day, and are always there, for those who are the paying patrons as well as those people who are in need. And I think I commend you for that and all that you do for our community.
Thank you, and I appreciate that.
And let's make sure we get out Joe Palmisano. Perfect. Four Seasons Diner and Eastover Catering. We want to make sure fourseasonsdiner.com, 823 Fisher Boulevard, the corner of Fisher Boulevard and Bay Avenue. Joe, thank you very much for getting up this morning and coming on the show with us. I'm sure you got to go back, make some pancakes, or get some people fed this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Back in a moment.